Hey guys, welcome to a combat bow class. In this class, we're going to work on bow techniques, but in a realistic combat or sparring orientation. So what we're going to do first is get our body warmed up, and then we're going to go into how do we hold our staff for fighting, how do we do some strikes, how do we block those strikes. We're going to get some partner pad work in, and I've got an awesome group of students here with me today. They're going to be doing the class as well. So first thing we're going to do in our warm-up is called rowing. We're going to have both of our hands facing down, and we're going to be pushing the staff out in front of us. Sort of like you're rowing a boat. You're rowing side to side. Lubricating your wrist and your forearm. Kind of moving my hips and my feet side to side as well. Just a slow motion. Maybe you've been working all day. Maybe you're just now waking up. We don't want to jar our body. All right, next we're going to do uppercuts. So we're just going to flip our hands facing up this time. And we're going to do an uppercut style motion, swinging it up, forward in front of our body, rotating in the balls of our feet. We're not actually doing the strike, but we're using the striking path. Okay, continue that uppercutting motion, guys. Really good, really good. This is just a warm-up. Pick up the pace a little bit more intensity, actually landing the strikes. And next, side to side strikes. We're going to put our hands facing down again. That's overhand grip. We're going to strike to the side, and begin. Push out with your front hand into the target. Make sure you're breathing, taking deep breaths, not shallow breaths. Breathe into your stomach. Exhale on your strikes. I want to hear you guys breathing with me here. Okay, next we're going to do a one-handed figure eight. Take your right hand, grab the staff. What we're going to do is rotate the staff down to one side of our body and then to the other side of our body. It's a figure eight rotation. All right, and begin. This is a really awesome way to wake up your forearm and your wrist, get coordinated, and it's actually called a flourish. It could be used in a fight as a way to, as an element of surprise or deceit before you move into another attack or a block, but it's really best as a warm-up. Okay, and keep it kind of tight to your body so that you really have to twist your wrist back and forth. There it is. Let's transition to our left hand. Get some work on our left hand. Left hand, one-handed figure eight. There it is. Happens when you lose focus. I was taking a look at my students. All right, guys. We're going to do a two-handed figure eight. So both hands on the very center of the staff. Same idea. Twisting, rotating. A little bit more of a wide motion now. And switch which hand is on top. And again. And chill. All right, you should be warmed up a little bit, your arms, your heart rate's getting up there. We're going to move into the next part of our class. And this section we're going to work on what's called our combat grips and positions. So our most common way to hold the staff in a combat situation would be what's called our normal combat hold. Imagine your staff has 4 quarters. You have your first quarter at the bottom, second, third, and fourth, right? You could break it into 4 quarters. Where the first and the second meet, put your hand there. And there where the second and the third meet, which is the very center of the staff, put your hand there. That's an easy way to understand kind of where to gauge your grip. Because in fighting, we could do normal grip, we could do long grip, we can do reverse grip, we can do overhand grip. There are lots of variations, right? They all have their own benefits, advantages. You've got distance, you've got some unique strikes that are a little bit more unexpected. Normal grip though, most wide range of abilities. You could easily transition to overhand, lots of things like that. Now, our position, we get into a fighting stance. In this case, you're right, or if you're left-handed, one thing I want to point out, by all means, you could be left dominant right now. Your left leg could be in front, your left hand is in front. That's just fine. We're in a fighting stance, and this is called middle guard. The guard is actually the positioning or the height of our staff compared to our opponent. So middle guard is about belt level to the top of our chest. So this is considered middle guard. This is also considered middle guard. This is considered high guard. We're bringing it up higher. You're much more exposed, of course, down low, but you have the ability to do descending strikes with a lot of power. And then we have low guard. Low guard is when the staff is in front of us. It's down low, our palm is facing up. In our low guard, of course, we're protecting our low line better, and we can do growing strikes, low level strikes. Just like anything else in fighting, there are pros and cons to everything. Middle guard is the safest, the easiest to get to and to work with right now. So we're in middle guard. Now, if we're going to switch hands and switch legs, there's a special way to do that. We take our back hand and we replace our front hand, just like that. And we can switch legs at the same time. I'm still in middle guard and normal grip. Switch hands, slide the hand up, replace the hand. Slide the hand up, replace the hand. And begin. I just want you guys practicing that for me, working that through. At home as well, make sure you're practicing that along with everyone. One important element of this is you always have one hand touching the staff the entire time, even if very lightly. You never want to totally release your hand. That's an easy way to drop your staff in a fight. It's an easy way to get your staff taken away. Always want to have one hand on it. Good, Marie, nice. Good, Vicky. And a little bit faster now, challenge yourself. See what sort of control you have on the staff. And chill. Go back to your dominant side. You can be in right or left dominant. Right fighting stance, fine. So Vicky, if you want to follow along with us. Good. Now, we're going to practice some basic combat strikes. The first one we have is called descending strike. So Daniel, you don't mind coming out here, sir? So what I have here, a descending strike, is when I'm striking obviously high to low, and I've got different body targets. I could be going to the temple, the neck. I could go to the side of the arm or the rib. It depends on where his arm is, of course, and what's open. Our most common one's going to be coming down to the side of the neck as we rotate and we do a descending strike. And we also have descending strike on the other side. Okay, one thing about this is, do you notice me bringing my arm up before I strike? I am. I'm having to bring it up a little bit because I'm not already in a high guard. If I'm in a high guard, I'm here. I can just crash down. But if I'm in middle guard, I've got to bring it back a little bit before I do the descending strike. If I don't do that, we're not going to have much power. Okay, so we're actually going to pull it back slightly, just enough to prepare for the descending strike. We rotate our hips totally to our left, and we push our right arm down as we pull our left arm in toward our body and come back. It's a push-pull motion. That's a unique thing about striking with a staff. We don't just use one arm. We don't do this. We actually push and pull, and we rotate our hips. And begin. There it is. Rear it back slightly. And right there. Okay, so if you guys want to follow along with me, y'all can continue to practice on your own. Go ahead and practice on your own, guys. If you want to take a look at this side, though. There it is. Okay, Vicky, go ahead and put your right leg in front. Make it a little bit easier. You rear it up to the right corner. There it is. And then swing it down. Yeah, so you swing it down across. You're doing like a diagonal strike. There it is. And chill. Now we're going to do it on the other side. So we have descending strike. Now if we want to do a descending strike on the other side, we take our left arm, bring it up, swing it across. Again, right arm first, left, and back. I'm really moving my body into these strikes, right? I'm not just using my arms. Again, here, descending, descending, and back. And get a little bit of practice in on that. Good. And one thing, since it's descending, Dan, after let's do our right arm first. We actually take the left arm across, and we're swinging it down. Yeah, what we're doing, we're clipping across the neck. Well, it's just bring the left tip up and then just swing across. That's all it is right there. So it's 1, 2. 1, 2. Good job, Josh. Okay, let's switch legs. So our left leg's in front, get some practice on the other side. In this case, we're going to bring it to our left corner, swing down and across, and then the right tip comes up, down and across, and back. Ready? Bring it up to the left corner, right, and back. And get a little bit of practice in. Begin. Make sure you guys are practicing at home with us. Good. I like how you're stepping out with the left leg on the right strike. Good. There it is, left, right. Nice. Good job, guys. Let's switch back to our right side. What we're going to do is horizontal strikes. So these are going to be more at the center line, going to the ribs. We rear it out to the side of our body. We push and pull across. Very important, of course, rotating the balls of my feet, my hips, etc. Pull back. And then we're going to go back the other direction. What I do is I transition my hand up some, and then I'm actually going to be able to push across better. So there's small little minute transitions that you want to do to get better positioning on your staff. Transition it. Okay, and get some practice in. Horizontal strike, horizontal strike. Okay. And that first one, make that first one really horizontal, like you're levering it across. And just as another thing I want to point out, this is a situation where if you would like to, it makes sense sometimes to do a horizontal. And then, so go ahead and do that first one. And then transition your right hand into an overhand grip. So you turn it over. And then you push across. That way your thumb doesn't inhibit the movement of the other horizontal strike. That's another way to do it. So it's horizontal, transition. Practice that a little bit, see how that feels. Horizontal. Yeah, so it's like, it's here. Horizontal. And then like this. Boom. Good. All right, guys, and time. Our last, well, we have a couple of other sets, but the next set we're going to do of strikes are called ascending strikes, right? So we're just going to be coming up to the side of the knee or to the groin and to the low lines. So what we do here, we're in our middle guard. So how are we going to get to the ascending position? We're going to have to drop it down some. We're pushing out with our right arm, pulling back with our left arm. Get an uppercut motion and back. Let's do that again. You pull it back. We're going to do an ascending strike on the other side. I transition my hand up some. And what I'm really doing is going upward and to the side of the knee most likely. So here, ascending strike, ascending strike. Try that a little bit, guys. Ascending, ascending. Okay, good. So here, transition the hand a little bit. I made it a little bit easier for you. There it is. There it is. And remember on the first one, it's kind of like an uppercut. So drop the right arm down and then bring it up. Bring the right arm up to your left. Okay? Good, that's an uppercut. And time. All right, guys. We're going to drill that a little bit. So if y'all can set your staffs across to the back of the room, grab a padded staff. Vicky, you already have one. And then I need you guys to get into some groups. Same groups as last time would work out. There we go, guys. So what we're going to do here is if you have a partner you can practice with at home, ask someone that's there with you that can hold a bag, a pillow, a couch cushion would work even, something that you can strike into. If you don't have anyone at all, you can follow along with us, just getting realistic strikes into the air, but resistance will be very helpful. Or if you have a hanging bag, things like that. So in this case, Daniel and Josh are going to demonstrate. First, we're going to do descending strikes. So very good. Setting up for like we're striking downward into the neck, and then set up the other side, and that's it. So you're just holding it for one side and the other side. And what we're doing here is understanding the importance of not just hitting the target, but going all the way through the target. It feels different when you actually strike something, right? We don't want to just stop. In the air, we kind of stop. We want to go all the way through, and then all the way through, and then back. And these overemphasized motions are just fine. This is combat bow. We want to really move our body into it, move our footwork into it. And begin. Let's get some practice on this. One thing, Josh, just like load up your right foot a little bit. If you already have to telegraph a little bit anyway in this particular strike, since we're not at a high guard, load your right foot up a little bit. Okay. So it's like here. Nice. Yeah, so we're doing both of these on the top. So the first one, you're coming down and across. Oh, in this case, so it's right here, Vicky. Bring it up. Oh, actually, put your right leg in front. Yeah, there it is. It's right here. And then swing it down. Yeah, swing it down and across. And then we're going to come. So once you do this, there it is. And then you come back through. There it is. Down and across. Come back through. Good rotation. You're drawing an X in the air. You do a diagonal strike. And then you go in the other direction, drawing an X. And go ahead and switch partners so they can get some practice in. When you're ready, begin. If you guys don't have a partner at home, just get working on your other side now. Okay, good hand transition. There you go, Marie. Knock that bag out. As hard as you want to. There you go. I like the speed. Good. Yeah, it's like rowing. And then the only thing is we want to kind of step into it if we can. That's why we practiced rowing earlier. Because I knew we were going to do this. Okay, and switch partners. Switch partners again. In this case, Dan will get some work in. But we're going to move to another technique, though, so we can keep going, guys. In this case, we're going to do horizontal strikes. We're going to take a look. Can y'all turn sideways a little bit so everyone can see you good? There it is. So he's setting it up sideways. Of course, we're going to rear back a little bit to do a good push-pull horizontal strike. Okay, and then other side. Very good. And begin, guys. Start working that. That'll work out right there. Here, I'll hold it for him for a second. I'll hold it for him.
I'm just aiming at this one.
So I'm going to do it this way and then turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a target.
And if you want to, try to.
This side is going to
Okay.
aim it that way. That way.
And then this one. Good. And then one thing I wanted to point out, guys, is the way Daniel's holding the bag. He's getting his body behind it for each strike. That's important so that you're not just using one arm. He's getting his body behind it. All right, and continue. Very good rotation on your foot. Very good, Dan. Very nice. Okay, chill and switch partners. Other person's going to get some work in on the horizontal strikes. Marie, if you want to. Vicky, you want to get some in? That's good.
No, she would have it.
We're doing horizontal now, so. What we do here, right leg in front actually will be easier to work on first. You pull it back to the right side, and then just swing across. Yeah, so we're just drawing a line across the table.
Just one hit or both?
It's one hit and then the other hit. It's both sides. Good, those basically are to the neck that he's doing here because those are high. And continue. Now I want you to work on some more body level. So if you might have to adjust the way you're holding it more, even you could do this, for example. That way, working on the rib level. Keep going at home, guys. Make sure we're still moving. Rotate your back foot into the strike. Push through the target. And chill. Good job, guys. Very nice, very nice. We're going to move on to something else. Y'all can set those bags just right back here. It's fine. Check that stuff. And go ahead and pick up your staff, please. Those drills are a really good way to get repetitions in and to actually see what it feels like to hit something. Of course, the next level is a moving target, and the next level is a living, breathing, smart moving target, a human being, right? So we're making our progressions. So we're going to move into some blocks. We already know now how to do some strikes downward, but how would we actually defend those strikes? So Daniel, if you don't mind, come out here, sir. If he's setting up for one of those descending strikes that we just practiced, we could do a high block. So again, sir. That's one option. We have lots of other options. And then if he set up for the opposite side, that's fine as well. Same thing. And of course, straight over the head is possible, and I would do the high block here. All I'm doing is moving in some. I would prefer to move in closer to the opponent because this is a long weapon. Where is the power point on it? It's right here. If I can cut it off by getting in closer, I am actually going to have a much better chance of blocking it, a better chance of being able to counterattack. If I try to block it back here, I might miss. I mean, I might get hit in the hand, I might get hit somewhere else. So I want to move in, okay? Here. Now, if we have enough distance and this is not a staff and it's a gun or a knife, I want to move out. It's different because I don't want to get tangled up with especially a bladed weapon, for example. But if we're fighting, we're doing bow fighting or even sparring, this block does make sense by moving in. I jam out and I try to stop the staff. This is a blunt block. This is not a deflection where we kind of deflect it offline. This is blocking it immediately. And then you can do counters. So it's a blunt block. Thank you, sir. So in this case, let's get a little bit of work on that. We're in our right fighting stance. If you want to be on the other side, that's totally fine as well. Middle guard, normal grip. We bring the staff into our center. We step out, jam the hands up high, and back in. They're like at a 45-degree angle. They're not directly in front of my forehead. I don't want the staff to get pushed back into my head. I jam it out. I bring it back. I could be blocking here or to the other side, depending on where the attack is, or even straight down the center, right in the center. Okay, left side, right side, or excuse me, that was the middle. Right side, very nice. Okay, now let's take a look at another block. Dan, sir. So we worked horizontal strikes earlier. Those are coming to the ribs. So he has one coming to the rib here. Slowly. This is a side block. Very simplistic. All I'm doing is turning the staff out and doing a blunt block. If I have something coming on the other side, all I do, rather than doing some big movement, we're doing something like this. The economy of motion tells me that if I just move my hand over slightly, I'm able to catch it. And that's what I want to do. Check it as easily, as quickly as possible. Thank you, sir. I did not check that one. I just got knocked out. Okay. So the economy of motion is what we're going for here. Let's go back into our fighting stance. This is called a side block. If it's coming on this side, we just push the staff over. It's coming on this side, we push with our bottom hand over. To our left, to our right. It's very small, guiding it with either the top hand or the bottom hand, depending on the direction I go. Side block. Here, here. Very nice. So very, very simple, very basic, but again, there's no flash to it. There's no wasted motion. Very easy to block something coming inward to this horizontal line. Guys, if y'all want to grab those bags again, we're going to do a quick drill. And your padded staffs. Everyone at home, if you don't have padded staffs and you're doing this drill, go slowly, please. You don't want to hurt anyone. Be very careful. It'd be better to use this with padded staffs. So, in this case, we're going to imagine that this is, well, you can be the attacker, that'll be fine. We're going to imagine that's an attacking weapon. Coming on the high line would be fine. What we're going to do is first go like to the diagonal, and then the center. Actually, over the head though. And then the other side. We'll just do that first, and then we'll mix it up in a second.
So, can you repeat the
Yes.
overhead side?
You can swing it like this side, for example, and then swing on the center, and then swing on that side. You're just trying to hit. You're trying to hit him. You swing across. Or you could even do this if you want. This is the way I like to use these. You're just swinging it at him, and he'll be working. And work on that high block. High block. There it is. Yeah, just something that you can swing at. Whether it be a bag, you could use a belt, you could use lots of different things. Something that's safe. And Daniel, you might want to, this will actually give him a little bit more reach, or give you a little bit more reach. That's one way I like to use this. Okay, now, mix it up. So go slow, don't go as fast as you can, but if you're the attacker right now, you don't have to tell them which one you're doing. Just throw one randomly at them, please. Okay, get some real reactions in. Now you don't know where it's coming from. We're getting a little bit more hand-eye coordination. Okay, chill. Now you're either going to work one side or the other side. Let them practice their side block. And begin. Practice, yeah, lateral, horizontals. Good, I like how Josh is keeping his staff pretty close to his body. Obviously, you need to block the attack, but you don't want to take it too far out. Then you'll be open for a counterattack or a follow-up attack. And last one, the fun one, you can use any of those attacks you want. And begin. Now we'll see who's getting comfortable with the reactions. Oh, you're knocked out in the hand. No, good blocking, good blocking. There it is. Okay, and chill. Switch with your partner, please. Switch with your partner. First one will be going to one corner, down the center, the other corner. Letting them just practice the 3 high blocks. Begin. That's good. And one thing I want you to do, Vicky, try to, yeah, we are doing one hand up, one hand down. You could do overhand. It's honestly almost the same if you're more comfortable with it. But practice from like a fighting stance so that you can really practice jamming it out and then recovering yourself. Okay. That way you get used to, like, you blocked, but then you went back to your fighting position. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So block it and then bring it back. Good. Yeah, because you don't know what's coming next, and you want to be ready to do your own attack afterward. Okay, now mix it up. One of the high blocks, they don't know which one's coming. It doesn't matter which one.
Just aim at it, yeah. All you got to do is turn your body.
Daniel, I want you to actually have a small step into it. I want you to really kind of jam in there. The closer we get, and Marie, she's good at this. Try to knock her out now. Oh, you knocked yourself out. It backfired. Okay, side blocking. Side blocking, please. Throwing lateral attacks. You guys are still working on it?
Anticipation.
Okay, and work on side blocks now a little bit. So swing it straight to the side, and then start here, and either block like this or like this. Yeah. Yeah. So try to hit her ribs, Marie.
Wow.
And if that actually is one way to block it, Vicky, but the one we're doing, for example, try to hit her here. You could do that, but what we're doing, you try to hit me again, Marie, is I'm actually just barely moving my right arm across. It's really small, but it's an easy way to block that. Okay, now, any attack you want, guys, any attack you want. Begin, any attack you want. Time to get some payback in if they really knocked you out earlier. Good job. Oh, yeah, her hand is actually really wide.
She hasn't done the step.
Okay. They haven't. Who hasn't had a turn yet?
She hasn't done the step.
Okay. Okay, and let's switch. Yeah, if you guys can switch real quick so Marie can get some practice. So, yeah, start with the high blocks. So he'll come with any of them and blocking up, jam it out. Since you guys have already got some work in, let's switch again. They're going to get a little bit more. In this case, and if you want to take it to another level at home, guys, all they're doing now is you're going to block one attack, and then, for example, so whatever you want to do. I block one attack, and then you set up and let me do some strike. In this case, it's straight in. I would really do a thrust, and that's fine. So in this case, wherever you want to put it, so I'll do one block, and then I would do horizontal. Does that make sense? It's just a block and a counter. And that's another step up to this drill if you want to at home, guys.
Get used to it, okay? I'm going to try to trick you. I want you to know. I'm going to come this side. I'm going to come this side. Don't do this side. So you can get
Fans on.
Fans on? I can do that right now.
left, center, right. Push it out.
Okay, and switch. Get a little bit of work in for Daniel. Good, jamming it out, jamming it out. And work the side block a little bit. Here, let's find our ready position on this side. Are you right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so you're here, And then if the attack comes in on this side, boom.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Just turn that left arm across.
You go to ready position, and you're going to bring it across. You're going to go to this side.
And stay back in your ready position. Kind of. This is like where we want to go back to usually. There it is. You just push it to the side.
All coming from the side. There's no support. Now you're going to block it this side.
Okay, nice. All right, guys. And we'll get one more in. Get one more in over here.
This side, other side. Push it out.
Good, nice job, guys. All right, very good work. Go ahead and put those things away, please. Grab your other staff. We're going to finish up our class here. You guys have done a good job on those drills. Worked up a little bit of a sweat, right? Had to turn the fans on. Hope you guys are working up a sweat at home as well. So in this class, we went over a lot, really, from how to stand, how to hold, how to switch hands. We talked about middle guard, which is our original guard in the center line. We talked about how to do descending strikes and horizontal and ascending. And we talked about how to block what would really be a descending strike to you, or how to block horizontal. And we didn't really work low blocks yet, but that's okay. So we did a lot today. And they're really basic techniques. It doesn't take that long to intellectually know how to do them, but to instinctually react without having to think in a real situation, that takes a really long time, doesn't it, right? A lot of repetition. And the repetitions need to be realistic and serious. Because if you practice just like this, or if you have someone kind of barely hitting you, kind of playing around, the way you practice is the way it will really happen, okay? So if you practice it right with realistic intent, you're putting everything you have into it. Every practice session is not only going to build your body up, be good for fitness, but you're ingraining that into your body as well. And that's what we want to do. So we're going to do a real quick cool down because I know we had a pretty good workout today. First thing I want us to do is take our legs apart, put your staff on your shoulders, and let's actually bend into one side. And you can rotate, just kind of holding it. And then switch to the other side. Back to the center and bend over. Deep breathing. Imagine the air going into the muscles that you're trying to stretch. Back up. Okay. Put your staff on the ground next to you. What we're actually going to do is use it as a way to rotate and get a chest stretch. So rotate your arm, turn your body to one side, try to keep your staff into the ground, and stretching out our pectoral and also our forearms. That's good. Okay, let's switch to our left hand. Straight on the ground, rotate our body around. Chest stretch. Okay, next one we're going to do is actually grab your staff, both palms facing up. I want you to do like a curl over your head. As you come down, turn your hand outward and push into your hip flexors. Keep your legs straight, stretching out your hamstrings and your forearms and your wrists. We're going to do that motion again. Take a deep breath in. This time, put your feet together. We're going to do it one more time. Come up slowly. All right. Great work today in class, guys. Everyone over here, y'all did a really awesome job as well. Very proud of you. Hope everyone had a really good class today, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.